Namaste. You're watching Suchitra TV. This is Abhishek.
And this is Anaya. We welcome you back to Suchitra TV with all the updates about the happening of last week. There is so much in store for you all to look at and celebrate.
That's right. The primary reason for this was another achievement by our school. We were ranked as the 4th best institute in Telangana and 15th countrywide. What makes it better is that we are the youngest school to be ranked number 15. Way to go, Suchitra. Congratulations to the entire Suchitran family.
Last week was stormed by the thrilling performances of our students. Suchitra Academy celebrated its 11th Founders Day, and how. It was an online event which was attended by more than 2,500 viewers from the comfort of their homes. This time, we surpassed all the boundaries by bringing entertainment to the audience from and outside of our school. To top it all, each day of the event was graced by the presence of eminent personalities who left a lasting impression on all of us. Let us have a look at that.
At the outset, I would like to extend my warm best wishes to the Suchitra Academy on the occasion of its 11th Founders Day celebrations. I would also like to extend my personal warm regards to the chairman, Mr. Krishnam Raju, and wish him many happy returns of the day. During the school report, principal highlighted the school's many academic achievements during the past years. There have been many distinguished successes, including high ranks in the board exams and the joint entrance exam. This is certainly a testimony to the dedication and hard work of the management and teachers. And it is not a surprise that the school has steadily risen in national school rankings to occupy such a high place in the country only in 11 short years. But more impressive than the academic achievements are the school's focus on developing a well-rounded personality. Emphasis on design thinking, learning by doing, and entrepreneurship are all essential for developing future citizens who can make significant contributions to the growth of the nation as well as the world tomorrow.
I am really thrilled to watch the deliberations, the connect, and the engagement of the students at large, who are no less than setting up a quality benchmark. Suchitra Academy, the members, the staff members, the head of the organization. This pandemic has taught us something revolutionary, and that is like learning to learn as a hobby.
The way the children have performed, there is another approach which in early childhood education we embrace very closely, is the approach called Reggio Emilia approach. Here the founder is Loris Malaguzzi, and Malaguzzi has said children have 100 languages. So we used to think what he is talking about 100 languages, and today seeing this program, the whole celebration, it has given me confidence that yes, our children have 100 languages. That dance was really amazing. Young children wearing costume like an adult and performing so confidently. It was great experience to see them. I just wish this welcome should not end.
That was an incredible performance. Every aspect of every presentation was flawless. I commend the children, their mentors, and their parents for all the efforts put in. I'm sure if we were live watching all this in an auditorium, automatically without any prompting, we would all have gone and given you a standing ovation. That is what you deserve for this fantastic performance.
Thank you, Suchitra Academy, for this opportunity to see the wonderful show put up by the students. I have had the pleasure of engaging with some of your teachers, and I resonate strongly with your theme that change is the only constant. I loved your show today. where using the metaphor of Eklavya, you took us on a journey of the Super 30 story of Anand, which many of us know. But you taught me something new in the stories of the inspiring teachers that you related, because I did not know many of those stories. And you have inspired me to continue to bring about whatever change I can for the remaining years of my life. I was very struck by the central theme of your show today, where you are shattering stereotypes. You question the belief that a king's son can only become a king. And I think it takes a lot of courage to question a belief that has been held in society over generations. I can only wish you all the courage to first question such beliefs, which we as a society, as a community, as a country, as a world have been believing, maybe blindly, maybe without thinking, maybe just out of habit. So first the courage to question such beliefs, and then the greater courage to actually change them and bring about that change in other people's minds.
The theme of the event was as relevant as it could be, Parivartan, the only constant. Staying true to this, the performances put up by different sections of the school were based on various themes like Spice Up Your Life, Innovators' Innovations, and Amidst the Change. To top it all, we had a mesmerizing Swagatam dance and a skit by the students of grades 7th to 11th about the story of a virtuous student, Eklavya, who worshipped his mentor, Dronacharya. Don't believe me? Let us hear some from the audience themselves.
I want to congratulate the school for starting Suchitra Studios. I've watched the performances of all the kids, especially my son. It was exceptionally well. I really thank the production team. They've done a wonderful job. I want to congratulate the staff, the teachers, and the management for doing so. I wish all the very best to all the students and also the staff for encouraging the students.
So I've recently watched this Founders Day event, and it's really fantabulous to see people, students making act for different dramas, dancing and all that. And I really appreciate the management for encouraging kids to do such kind of acts. And the only reason why I joined Suchitra Academy is they encourage students in different kinds of acts and sports activities and also education. So I'm really enjoying to see my kid dancing for the event.
I'm immensely thankful to the entire staff of Suchitra Academy for beautifully organizing the 11th Founders Day. An event like this is not possible without enormous amount of planning and cooperation, especially in times like these. I'm short of words for all teachers for the willingness to take on completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Your days of hard work was evident in each and every performance.
In regards to the Founders Day celebration, I wish to congratulate the entire team of Suchitra Academy for putting up a spectacular show. Despite innumerable impediments that they had as they were hosting it online. Despite this fact, they ensured to follow their No Child Left policy and gave each and every child a role to play. Once again, I wish to congratulate Team Suchitra for a wonderful job. Keep up the good work. All the very best.
With great pride, I introduce you to Muskan from grade 10th, who won the silver medal in Yonex Sunrise Karnataka State Junior Badminton Championship 2021. This is not over yet. Kirtana, Rasi and Aditi from grade 11th had designed a board game which has now made it to the conference of the party's 26 report. Let us hear from these achievers.
These are my first two medals that I've won in any major tournaments or championships, and I've never even reached quarters before, and I'm really proud that I was able to reach finals at least in these tournaments and win one and lose one finals. About the training, About the training, before this tournament we used to do off-season training because of Corona we couldn't train. I mean, there was no tournaments because of Corona. So we had to do off-season training where we just train without having to worry about the tournaments. So we did those. It's off-season is really hard because it's more routines, more reps, and it's harder than on-season. And the gym workouts and the running and the fitness really helped me because that's what I'm currently lacking in playing the game.
Madhu Vatari, she's a conservation architect and she helps preserve our country's heritage and monuments. And so she told us about this competition that was for the COP26 report, and we had to design a board game that combined heritage and climate change, which is difficult but not at the same time if you really think about it. So our first inspiration was Madhu Vatari, and she really motivated us to do this board game, and she brought out the best in us and she helped us a lot. And also this COP report. So we obviously wanted to be the best and we got there, and that really inspired us.
Process was mainly, at first it was discussing which game would be best suited to convey our message, which was, to decide which practices were sustainable for our heritage. So first we discussed which would be best suited, like Ludo or Snakes and Ladders or things like that. So we settled on Snakes and Ladders because the ladders could explain sustainable practices and the snakes could represent unsustainable practices. So we settled on Snakes and Ladders, and then we picked out the map of Hyderabad and marked all the heritage sites and picked out what practices to put in our game, and yeah, that was our process.
So the game aims to collaborate climate change with our heritage sites of Hyderabad. So we settled on Snakes and Ladders as the format of our game. So as Aditi stated before, the snakes would represent unsustainable practices and the ladders would represent sustainable practices. So we took a map of Hyderabad, we marked all the heritage sites in it, and each number represented one sustainable or one unsustainable practice. So depending on the number you got when you rolled the dice, you would either have to do something sustainable or unsustainable, and then you would get to observe the effects it had on your heritage sites, whether positive or negative. So this also aims to promote the players to adopt these practices in their daily lives, because all of them can also be applied not just to heritage but to us common people in our lives. So just little practices like taking your own cutlery when you go, or not using plastic bottles or plastic bags, and using sustainable items for your construction of buildings. So these can also be applied to us. So when we help our heritage, we are also helping our climate, our environment, and this is what the game aims to convey. I would also like to add that this game teaches us about sustainable building materials, because we are also used to seeing our normal brick and mortar or concrete buildings, but that is not what our ancestors had, say 400 years ago or a few centuries ago. So they used materials like limestone or horsehair to construct their sites or their monuments. And these are more eco-friendly and more sustainable building materials. So we don't just have to rely on brick and mortar constructions, we can also use more sustainable building materials. So this not just helps our environment, it also helps us lead more healthy and fulfilling lives.
And the day came when the risk of remaining tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Quite apt in their case. This is Abhishek signing off.
This is Anaya signing off, promising to be back soon. So stay tuned to Suchitra TV.
Namaste.